Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at Credo technology. This was a stock analysis request from one of the followers, and I wanted to let you know that anyone can make these requests and I will most likely cover them, especially if there is an actionable trade setup to follow. Now, in the case of this chart, unfortunately we don't have a clear impulse going on, and that is mainly due to a few factors, a few areas on this chart that kind of force us to be tracking it as a diagonal structure. Now, all the same, we are tracking this initial movement to the upside as the wave 1, and we have here a 3-wave correction in a wave 2, and here is where one of the problems already starts showing up, because in this area, within this movement to the upside, I cannot reliably be tracking a 5-wave move. Yeah, this is quite clearly a 3-wave structure that has formed in this area, and that unfortunately forces us to be tracking it as an initial wave A. Yeah, we have here a wave B down and then a wave C to the upside. In this case, we can work out within a large diagonal pattern unfolding, where this would be only the actual wave A, yeah, the initial wave A to the upside, and then we have here an A, B, C correction in the wave B, and then this would be our wave C to the upside. And then this entire structure is what I am tracking as our initial wave A of the large wave 3. We have here our correction in the wave B, and I'm looking for a wave C to the upside, which unfortunately the wave C itself seems to be unfolding as an ending diagonal. And we can actually even go ahead and look for the ideal target for the wave C. And for this, we would be looking at the 100% extension of the wave A, which has successfully been reached actually a couple of times, yeah? Although, I should say this does not prevent us from still pushing higher within this wave C. Now, since it is a wave C, even though it is unfolding in an ending diagonal, I am still looking for a 5-wave structure to be built within this area. And I would actually still prefer for us to still go and form another high within this 5th wave to the upside, where, yeah, I believe we have most likely already topped within the wave 3. We have formed here the wave 4, and I'm looking for an ABC structure here in the 5th wave. And in this case, it isn't just any ABC structure. I am looking actually at an impulse within the wave A. It is a 5-wave move, which allows for a somewhat reliable trade setup here, potentially in the small time frame. Although it is with the caveat, and this is the actual reason we aren't looking for a more high probability trade setup, but it is within a 5th wave of a wave C of a large wave 3. Sure, it is within a wave 3, but it is a 5th wave. Sometimes those do end a little bit early. It may be possible for us to consider a completion already in place, but yeah, it is at least preferred for me to form another high. Now, for this interpretation, I am looking to find support for the correction in the wave B here in the area between the $173.6 all the way down to the $139.5, yeah, where a break below the 78.6% retracement would be a signal to us that this structure, this pattern, is likely not going to work out in the end itself. Now, on this chart, we may get surprised after all, after even completing this wave C, or even right now, and form a slightly different pattern, something potentially even more bullish. But I have to say, for me, breaking here below the 78.6% retracement would be a great warning that this overall third wave could be complete, and that we should be prepared for an even more significant correction, where, yeah, we should be looking for the overall larger wave 4, where the area of support would only start at the $111 level. Yeah, that is basically where it would start, and it extends all the way down to the 50% retracement at the 53. Actually, no, hold on, that was a mistake, because this is a diagonal structure. It goes all the way down to the 61.8% retracement at the $38.4 level instead. And yeah, sure, we are still expecting to form continuation to new all-time highs from this area once the correction is complete, but yeah, the area of support, breaking the area of support here for the wave B would be quite a serious signal to me that we should be a lot more patient on this chart and wait for a reliable structure to form once again to the upside before we look for any position. Yeah, this structure doesn't look necessarily complete, but it does seem to be forming an ending diagonal, and the additional highs that no problem, could be formed, aren't necessarily within a high probability scenario, and I don't see at the moment a high probability scenario other than what we have here, yeah, which again isn't the best setup, but it is a somewhat decent setup to be looking here for an ABC structure. And for now, these are the levels, this is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.